Well, ships are starting to move through the Strait of Hormuz tonight after Tehran declared the waterway open. However, US President Donald Trump says the US blockade of Iranian ships will stay in place for now. The development came as displaced people in Lebanon began returning to their homes following the overnight ceasefire with Israel.
There was jubilation on the streets of Sidon as the ceasefire commenced. And joyous scenes continued today on traffic-clogged highways as many of the more than 1 million people displaced by the war made their way home. As Lebanon celebrated, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi declared that the Strait of Hormuz was open for the remainder of the ceasefire. And this evening, a group of 20 boats were tracked leaving the Gulf towards the Strait. However, President Trump said the naval blockade of Iranian ships would remain in place until his transaction with Iran is complete, that the USA will get all the nuclear dust, a term he uses for enriched uranium, and that separately the US would deal with Hezbollah and that Israel would not be bombing Lebanon any longer. The announcements came as European leaders were meeting in Paris to discuss the opening of the strait.
We welcome the announcement that was made during our meeting, but we need to make sure that that is both lasting and a workable proposal.
That might depend on how long the peace lasts. The overnight ceasefire has been agreed between Israel and the Lebanese government, which has little sway over Hezbollah and no control over large parts of the country. So far, the Iran-backed militia appears to be respecting the ceasefire, with no rockets flying toward Israel. Though it did say yesterday that the presence of Israeli troops on Lebanese territory would grant the people the right to resist. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his troops will remain in southern Lebanon to defend against the threat of invasion, and despite President Trump's declaration, said the job wasn't finished yet. That'll do little to reassure residents of Nabatea who returned to find their homes in ruins. There's destruction and it's unlivable, said Fidel Badruddin. We're taking our things and leaving again. Israelis on the other side of the border were sceptical of the breakthrough. It's clear it will not last, said Ruben Yosef. I know that Bibi Netanyahu had no choice after the help from the US. We can't tell Trump that we're against the ceasefire. But all of President Trump's triumphant declarations might depend on that ceasefire holding. Fergal Gallagher, RTE News.
Our Washington correspondent Jackie Fox joins us now. And Jackie, a lot of positives today. A lot of balls still being juggled in the air, though. Assess for us where things stand tonight.
Well, Donald Trump is very optimistic. I would say that the Iranians are more cautiously optimistic. It's not just the Americans that think a deal can be reached. Iran said that a preliminary agreement could come in the coming days, along with an extension of the ceasefire. Now, we don't have the specifics here. So on paper, it's really good news that we have that ceasefire in Lebanon and also the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. But how solid is that truce in Lebanon? It is on shaky ground, even though Donald Trump said that he prohibited Israel from bombing Lebanon. Then when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, it's still not safe and it's unclear what the rules are surrounding the transit. Then we've got the question over Iran's nuclear capabilities and its nuclear program. Will there be a pause when it comes to uranium enrichment? If so, for how long and who is going to monitor it? There are mixed signals from both sides tonight in relation to that. Also, Axios, a US media outlet, is reporting that the Americans and Iranians are working on this 3-page plan to bring an end to the war. So it seems that this could be the beginning of the end here and that the scene is set for a second round of negotiations very soon.
OK, Jackie, thank you.